Hello, everyone. Welcome back to
Stop and listen.
I'm Hannah,
I'm Ron,
and
and this
this
is
is
it.
it. As you can see today, this is just our voices.
Yeah.
I'll get into why it's not our faces, but you just get our voices today.
But honestly, you should be really grateful because we
We look
we
busted,
look busted.
busted. How are you doing, Rod?
I'm doing all right, honey. Been a crazy week.
Been a crazy
Been a
week.
crazy week. What about you?
It's been yeah.
Yeah,
I could probably say the same. It's just been a week.
it's been a lot.
It's been long.
Yeah.
And also, like, apparently, like, a storm's coming to take us
Oh
out.
yeah.
That's the way the grand
Apparently, it's already
finale.
killed 20 people, according to Jamie.
Oh my god. That scares me.
I don't know. We'll see.
Um, okay, well, let's go into our diva ups and downs.
Do you want to start?
Oh, I feel like I always start.
Sure. Okay. I'll do it then.
Go ahead.
Should I do my down or my up?
You pick.
Okay. All right. So I'll start with my down because we got to end with a
With the
joyful
bang. Yeah.
thing. So, I went to the store the other day and I was like, oh, I want to find like a really cute outfit, and I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, and I have a very specific sense of style that I would like to do. Like I would like to be more like 70s hippie ish. So I'll try to look for things that are more like that and earthy. And I find the cutest little overall dress. I'm like, oh, this is cute. And they had a blue jean one and they had like a white one. And I can't wear white. Okay, I
Mine's
eat
not
too
really
many
that
red
flattering
foods.
on me. I don't like
I
white.
think white's pretty on you.
Thanks. I don't really like it on me.
I think it suits you. I think it makes you look more tan.
Wow. Thanks. Alright, continue.
Um, but I can't wear white because I eat like way too much red food and I will get it on me and
Mm-hmm.
it will stain. So I was like, all right, I'll go with the overall one. I'll go with the blue jean one. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, oh, yeah. And I was like, I have a green long sleeve shirt I'll wear with it. And I put that bitch on. And I was like, oh, it just don't look right. It ain't doing what I want it to do. So I was like, all right.
Should
So
look like Bob the Builder.
I look like fucking Handy Manny up in this bitch. And I turned around and I was like, all right, I'm going to go get another shirt. I got a couple options. Okay. I'm trying them on. I'm like, all right, the white shirt with it ain't that bad. Kind of, childish, but I could soup it up.
If your hair's
Yeah, my
down.
hair's down. That changes the game. But then I put on this yellow shirt. I come out looking like a dead damn minion. Okay, looking like Arthur up in this motherfucker.
Do the fist. Do the fist.
Do the fist. Do the fist. And I was like, damn, I'm just disappointed. I mean, I'm still gonna wear it. I'm gonna find a use for it somehow, some way.
You could really doll it up. Like, if you put, like, barrettes in your hair, like yellow
Like a
barrettes.
bow or something.
Does that give kid, though? You could figure it out. You got
I'm
it.
25 years old. I can't be wearing a berets in my hair. Is it beret? Barrette?
A barrette? I think it's barrette.
In a beret,
Like a French hat? No, wait.
I thought a beret was a French hat.
Is it?
Like raspberry beret Prince. Yeah, it's a hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about barrettes.
Maybe I'm just dumb. Okay, what's your diva down?
God almighty. My diva down is the reason why we're doing audio.
Yeah, please explain to the audience what's going on.
I broke the tripod that holds my phone up to record. So today you don't get to see our faces because of my problems.
No, it's not your fault. But what killed me, it was right before we started filming. You're like, Ryan, I think I broke this. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't break it. And you're like, I broke it.
I'm like, I think it's definitely broken. And she's just like, anyways, about my story that she's telling me. I'm like, Ryan, I'm like sweating in the background. I broke it. So hopefully next week we'll be back and running.
Yeah, I have a tripod I'll bring, and you'll see all smiling faces next week.
Yeah. All right. Going into diva ups.
I made chicken soup.
Did you?
Yeah, homemade chicken soup. It was really good.
Was it?
Yeah, it's like the kind with the egg noodles and stuff. And I grilled up the chicken and everything in the pot, and seasoned it up real good. It was good. It was tasty. Real brothy though. I should have added more broth. Didn't add a lot of broth.
It wasn't brothy.
It was more noodles than anything.
I love noodles.
And I like I love noodles, but like I like more broth in my soup so I could drink it.
No, Tyler, whenever he makes chicken noodle soup, he used to make with the egg noodles, and I was like, I don't really like this. It's not bad.
You don't like egg noodles?
It's curly.
Yeah,
And I
but
have a phobia of like curly noodles.
wow, they're so
You
good.
don't know this?
I knew that. I just don't
I can't
understand
eat.
why.
I can't
Look,
eat.
there's my soup.
Oh, it does look really good. She just
Oh,
showed me a
thank
photo,
you.
but I have a phobia of those type of noodles.
Mhm.
Um, it just looks like hair. It reminds me. I don't know. Shout out to the people who've seen this movie, Hotel for Dogs.
I love that
Do you remember the
movie.
scene when they're getting like abused and they get the tray and she eats the like molded food and she pulls it out and it's a
Oh,
hair and we thought it was a noodle.
yeah.
That's what triggered me.
Ah,
Ever since
understood.
then, I cannot eat curly noodles.
Ah, that's understandable though.
So I only eat like penne or just regular spaghetti or ravioli or something like that. It just cannot look like hair.
Understood.
Besides spaghetti, I don't know. That
Yeah.
one's not weird. All right, going into my diva up. Um, the last weekend, so I guess it still counts for the week. Tyler showed me this new game that him and his friends are playing, and I'm not gonna go sit and explain it, but it's called Repo. So if you're interested, actually, just look it up. But I had a good time playing games with Tyler and his friends, and it reminded me when I used to play like video games with my grandpa, and I had a good time.
Oh.
We're gonna play again tonight
Oh.
if the storm doesn't take us.
Hope y'all have a good time. Send me videos.
I will.
Because I think that's like really funny. I'd be seeing clips and stuff on TikTok and I was laughing.
Yeah, Ryan can't go because she has plans.
Huh?
I said Ryan can't go because she has plans.
Yeah. I have
So
plans.
she has plans.
Well, you mentioned like you played like video games with your doll and
Mhm.
everything. Hey doll. And like should
That's
we
my grandpa, by the
yeah,
way.
we love
I
him.
call him
He's so
Da.
funny. He sent me a picture one time or she sent me a picture of him like smiling at me and he was like flicking me off.
I remembered that.
I was like, "Hey doll. What's up?"
Uh,
Dude, he reminds me of my dad.
he's funny.
Like, should we? Do you want to talk about like a couple like nostalgic things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that'd be cute.
one of the things I wanted to ask was if you've ever were in the Wattpad community.
Oh my god. Yes, I was in the Wattpad. Was it Wattpad or Wattpad?
I call it Wattpad, but
I
people
say
call it
Wattpad.
Wattpad.
Well, they're stupid.
It's a whole community. We get hate
I
comments.
said what I said.
No, I was religiously on Wattpad.
I read fan fictions.
I didn't go. Slow down, Savannah. Savannah, slow down. I didn't go that far.
No, I read like One Direction fan fiction.
I feel like that's what it probably was for.
Yeah.
Speaking of One Direction, not. I'll come back to Wattpad. Oh my god, maybe I call it Wattpad.
Dun,
I'm
dun,
one
dun,
of those dumbasses.
dun.
But One Direction. I've been recently listening to some of their music.
Yeah, like Hannah. Okay, so one thing about Hannah, Hannah was a Bieber,
I was
like
a
she was a
believer.
believer, and like bad. I was 100% a Directioner, still am, and will be for the rest of my life. Rest in peace, Liam Payne. We miss you.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me. One time I was playing this game, and this kind of goes into nostalgic
Um,
things. When I was little, it was like fifth grade. I started in fifth grade. My friend Taylor, shout out Taylor, she showed me this game while we were in computer class, and she was like, "This is called Showbots." Have you ever heard of this game?
what in the hell is that?
It's like Club Penguin.
Girl, no, I played Build a Bear Workshop.
Did you go on Club Penguin?
No,
I wasn't really on
I
Club
never
Penguin.
played on Club Penguin. Did I just have a stroke? No, I played on Build a Bear or I played on my Nintendo DS, girl.
Well, no, these are like real people you're communicating with.
Oh,
So I was on Showbots, and um, basically, and I feel like nobody's ever heard of this freaking game. I've tried going on TikTok to see like other people used to play.
yeah.
None. Like nobody knows this game, and it kind of makes sense now because I remember playing it, and I would see the same like 15 people every day. So I don't know. But it was a very small community. It was so much fun. It like basically you I'm not gonna get into whole has I explain a lot. I realize I've had to cut a lot of things out because I over explain. Um, but you can talk to other people. It's kind of like Club Penguin, but you're chobots and they're like little aliens, I guess. And I remember when I first started playing it, this person said that they were Justin Bieber, and
And you believed them.
I believed them. Well, my sister was playing. My sisters were playing with the game with me too at the time, but they weren't as invested. I was on there for another like 4 years. It was crazy. So we were playing, And this guy is like, I'm Justin Bieber in real life. And I was like, hell yeah, he is. That's him. It's him because you could have like the hair, like look like the Justin Bieber hair in the game. And I was like, it's him. He has the fucking hair. And I was like 9.
Oh yeah,
So,
okay. Okay.
like, I did not know better. But, yeah, that just made me think of when I thought some random stranger online was Justin Bieber, but it really wasn't. I never saw him again.
If it makes you feel any better. I joined Facebook when I was like 9, and I was not supposed to have an account. I made it at my cousin Kristen's house one night during a sleepover, so my parents wouldn't know. And like, I made a bunch of posts early on. This was my old Facebook. It's deleted now, thank God, because there's a lot of stuff on there that's embarrassing. And I remember, like, I had got like a friend request because I had joined these like a couple One Direction groups, because obsessed. Obviously, I was a hairy girly. Still am. And I remember, like, how people would like role play and
Hmm.
stuff. There was like a Harry Styles account that added me on Facebook and was messaging me like they were him.
It's kind of really
Dude,
weird.
I convinced myself that I was talking to Harry Styles. I was like, this man's gonna show up at my house and he's gonna fall in love
Hello,
with me.
love.
Hello, love. It's time to go. Your mum sold you to the. I have to pay my bills to pay for my cigarettes and my beer, so these boys bought you. Come down with my brown hair and my messy bun with
Come
my
on.
oversized sweater.
Come on, Wyan.
YN, your name. It took me a long time to realize what YN stood
Me
for.
too. I was like, oh, that's a crazy
I was
name.
like, you're nuts. What?
I was like,
what is this?
I was reading every book and I was like, damn, we all got the same name in every book.
It's the same plot, but for some reason I was sucked in every time.
I didn't
Every
get
time.
really into fan fiction because I think even then I knew this is not right. I should not be reading this.
I ate it up.
I
And
know.
were you on like Tumblr?
I didn't know how to use it, so no.
Like, there was a bunch of Tumblr posts that people would make with Justin Bieber and One Direction and whoever. And and like there it would be like point of view, like, or like imagine, like the imagines and stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I ate those up, dude. There was one Wattpad story I remember, one fan fiction in particular that I remember, and it was like you're a coffee shop, like barista. Is that
That's
what
how it
it
always
is?
starts.
And you're like a
Making
reader.
50,000 a year somehow,
Yes.
living in New York.
It was LA. And like, apparently One Direction was having a concert and you're really into books and you were going into this bookstore and Harry Styles is in that bookstore and he's like, hey, and you're like, I don't really know who you are. Like, and apparently that's like, you don't know who I am? Wow, she's so mysterious and I want her bad.
You're so full of yourself.
Girl, he was abusive in that story. Whooped my ass in that story, dude. And I remember,
What?
I'm so sorry, it's not a funny situation. I'm not joking about domestic violence, but
It's not funny, but I'm imagining Harry Styles
Right.
like whooping your ass. Like,
I'm in this story, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, what you mean he throws me across the coffee table? I'm like, Harry would never. Like, what's going on here?
understand. No,
I had to stop reading it. I was like, damn, I'm getting my ass whooped.
I did not read those books. I was not a directioner. No hate to them. I just could not multitask at the age of 9, so I was all Justin Bieber. But I don't know if I read any fan fiction. I didn't think I knew like what that was. I didn't know they were doing that.
Oh yeah, girl, it's porn. Some of it is just straight R-rated porn.
And it's crazy because it's just a bunch of like 12-year-olds showing 12-year-olds. It's weird.
And you could tell when it's written by a 12-year-old too. You could tell. You can absolutely tell. Because if I could pull up Wattpad right now and pull up,
I still have the app.
girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, you could tell a 20-year-old versus a 12-year-old because they write like a virgin. They do. They're like, he tussles his long wavy locks and his bright green emerald orbs are staring at me. And I'm like, what in the
Orbs.
hell?
Oh my
And now,
gosh.
now that we've read like, real
Actual books.
actual books,
Shout out to A
no
Court of Thorns
comparison.
and Roses.
Sarah J. Maas,
Love you.
drop it, girl.
No, literally. So I read books like one was called I just noticed I am the person that says Wetpad. I'm such a hypocrite. So sorry. But I read this book and it was called My Wattpad Love. And that was like one of the top books on the thing. I was reading bestsellers. I was reading New York Times while you're reading fucking Harry Styles slapping the shit out of you in Barnes and Noble. Like,
And we are two different levels still to this day intellectually.
no, that one was actually pretty wild. Like, and they did like multiple books. It was about some girl that was on Wattpad, and she was writing a book or whatever, and then this mysterious guy was also like commenting or writing there. He was like messaging her on the app or something. I can't remember. It's all like I don't know if it's based off a true story. No, there's no way. Anyways, so they're like it's kind of like anonymous kind of like messaging and then they meet in real life. It was actually really good. I was eating that shit. I was like I was eating it up when I was like 12.
No, like, what's irritating now is like now they're turning all of these like Wattpad stories into like movies. After, oh my god, fucking Trevor. I love After.
I couldn't finish it. That was awful.
I love it. And they're very bold. They're so bold because they play Harry Styles music and the damn shit is based on him.
There's so many Harry Styles like movies and books. It's kind of concerning. No
That
wonder the man's just over here riding.
Not Sandra Bullock.
Anne Hathaway. No wonder the man is over here doing marathons and like doesn't want to be in the limelight anymore.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you right now. I say quotes from these Wattpad movies all the time. I'll be driving. I'll be just driving and like somebody will cut me off. Fucking Trevor! All the time. I fucking love it. I love it. I'll eat it up. Anything about Harry Styles.
Did you ever write like your own stories?
You
can tell us. It's a safe place.
So I started to. Because, I used to write a lot of short stories and stuff in school, and I won a lot of awards for them. Thank you very much. I am the North Georgia Young Authors Writing Competition winner. I have my certificates. Thank you.
Give her flowers.
Where are my flowers? And so I was like, yeah, I can write these fan fictions. I can write these stories. And I go on there, and I got bored as hell. I didn't know what I was talking about. I gave up. I got a draft in that bitch.
I wrote it. To this day, I've not told anybody my
book. She won't let me see it, y'all.
Won't. It got 100,000 views.
Damn.
I can't remember. I haven't been on there to see it, but it's bad. All them harassing me in my comments. It's been like years. I've never updated it because it was so stupid. It's the worst book ever. But I was just doing it for fun because everybody else was doing it, and people in my comments were like, "Come on, part 7, let's go!" And they're still commenting, and I'm like, I'm not responding to it.
And I'm begging of you.
No,
like, hear me out, okay? I'm begging of you. Please. You know that I would never judge you for anything that you do, say.
You don't have to. I already judged myself.
Exactly. I support your rights and wrongs. If you would just give me a sliver of a chance to read it, I will never bring it up. Ever.
No.
I'm gonna fucking
I'm taking that to the grave. I'm gonna delete my account.
I'm gonna find it.
I'm a loyal user. I loved Wattpad. I was on there like it was Facebook.
That was me with Tumblr and Twitter.
I'm surprised it's still going.
Oh my god. Speaking of which, do you remember Grace and Chance?
It sounds familiar.
Speaking of Twitter. Like, Twitter was like the first social media that I ever had. Okay? And I remember going on there and Grace and Chance followed me.
Who's Grace and Chance?
He's that guy that's like, and it's over, yeah, we're through, I'm unfriend you. He went like really popular for playing like, I want to say it was paparazzi on the piano and stuff. He did like a whole music video with Ariana Grande. A lot of people don't talk about him. He's very underrated. I love
Where
him.
is he now?
I think he's still doing music. He was a cutie patootie.
Come on the pod, Grayson.
Grayson Chance. Please come back. But he had followed me on there. And I was like, what? I was like, Grayson Chance. And I had no idea who he was.
What platform?
Twitter.
Oh, I thought you were saying Wattpad. I was like, holy shit.
No, he followed me on Twitter.
When
and I was
worlds
like,
collide.
wait a minute. And then this guy that used to do the tech stuff for Ghost Adventures, which is like one of my favorite shows ever. I love paranormal shit. He followed me on Twitter too. And I was like, y'all, I'm not posting anything worthwhile. I'm sharing the dumbest I can find. Like, but you, however, you popped off on Twitter heavy a couple times.
That account got fucking
I'm so upset about it.
suspended. It was Khalid. I love Khalid. He like reposted something of mine and like it was like LMAO.
Times.
Yeah. They never followed me. JC Kalen, he followed me on one of my old accounts.
Who's that?
Do you remember O2L? He had to be chronically online.
Yeah, no.
I don't know anything that you might know of him.
I was about to say, I don't know.
So you're not in the YouTube space like
I'm not like a YouTuber.
Okay, well, you would know him. He does, like, he did video, he still does, I think, with Key and Lolly, and he just had a baby. They both have boys.
Aww.
It's so cute. We watch them grow together.
The only post on Twitter that actually even got somewhat something, I feel like this whole thing is about, like, it keeps going back to, like, nostalgic things. Do you remember that movie, Stuck in the Suburbs?
I knew you were going to bring this up. I remember this.
The guy who played Jordan Cahill, Karen Killam, he's on SNL. I love him so much. I know that he's had, like, a lot of hate as of lately, but, like, all I see him as is Jordan Cahill. And that was my first crush, other than Jesse McCartney. Jesse McCartney was my first crush ever. But
my first crush was Bernard from Santa Claus.
Honestly, he was cute. Mine was I liked that little elf. That little elf that saves Charlie, and he's like, you can see the little speckles on his cheeks.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
So
he's like the flying one?
Yes, because he had like kind of sharp bicuspids.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like sharp bicuspids like make you look like a vampire. I think it's cute. I think lisps are cute too.
I'm kind of going off topic, but did you ever see that movie, The Little Vampire, My Little Vampire, whatever it's called?
Yes! I was in love with Rudolph. Are you kidding me?
That movie gave me nightmares. I couldn't watch it.
I loved Rudolph.
I was terrified of like vampires growing up. I really thought they were real and they were coming to kill my family.
They are.
Don't start. No, they are like one of my biggest fears. I used to have nightmares of them like killing my mom. Like I couldn't. They would like chase me around the house. Like I don't like being tickled in my neck, so I can even imagine like having teeth right there. Like no. And like the idea of being on this earth longer than I need to be is terrifying.
I mean, but like if you're a vampire and you're not rich, the fuck is you doing?
What are you doing? If you're a homeless vampire,
what are you doing?
All the vampires coming to get us right now.
I had a dream one time because like if I eat crystals, like those little hamburgers, if I eat those before I go to bed, I have nightmares. Okay, I can't. It's got to be something in the grease. I don't fucking know, but every single time, like what?
I don't know.
Like clockwork. There we go. It happens to Daddy too, but he eats them bitches like they're water.
My dad loves those. Something about dads and crystals.
It's disgusting.
No, I eat it up too. I can't lie.
I hate them. One time I ate like 4 crystals, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, what's about to happen?"
No, they're so good. I like the pickles on them and the cheese.
I had like the weirdest dream ever, bro. I woke up that morning, and if I have a really odd dream or like a very vivid dream, I wake up, lay there for a second, and then I type it in on my notes in my phone so I don't forget it. Bitch, I had a dream that Harry Styles himself was a ringleader, like vampire king guy. But he was somehow a teenager, and he was somehow from fucking Alabama. Like, this motherfucker looked like Harry Styles.
It's Harry Styles.
He was like, I'm Harry Styles, and welcome to my spa. And I remember, the only thing I remember very vividly from that, I got attacked by, like, a grandma vampire, and I bashed that bitch's head in the fucking in the dashboard of my car.
You want to know a nightmare that I had of a celebrity?
What?
And I hate the celebrity now because of this nightmare. It was Blake Shelton, and he was chasing me in my backyard. He wasn't even running, he was walking like Michael Myers, and he got my ass. And he had like a knife or something. I can't remember what it was. But he was chasing around my house and like killing my family. And so I'm terrified of Blake Shelton to this day.
Damn you for the
I can't even listen to his music. It's so scary. I skip it. I hate him.
I have this very like I have a really vivid dream. And I have it at least once every 2 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been the same since I was about like 8 or 9. I like come to, and I'm like walking in this field, or like it's like dirt. It's like dirt in like a field.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk up on this house, and it's a white house, and it's got like a concrete base, and it's got like pillars, but just like wood pillars holding up the front porch. And it's like it's wooden, but it's white, and it's like old as hell. Like it looks like a church almost, but it's not. Maybe it used to be at one point. And I kept telling my dad, I'm like, Daddy, I keep having this dream. And Daddy was like, I don't know, maybe you're having like a visual from like a past life or something. Like maybe you're meant to find that house. And I was like, well, why do you say that? And my dad said, I had the same thing happen to me. He said, and then I found it one day. He said, and I haven't had the dream since. And I was like, oh shit. Like, oh shit. Now I'm freaked out.
Now I had to go find
What
the
if
house.
that's where I meet teenage Harry Styles from Alabama?
No. No. No, because he's a teenager. And, oh my god, no.
Quick question. Did you ever go on Omegle?
Did I go on Omegle? Me and my cousin Megan from last episode, we lived on Omegle.
Me and my cousin Kristen did too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad it's gone now.
Oh my god, dude.
That was a predator's like heaven.
We got groomed.
I didn't go that far. Like, I didn't like using the cameras because it was creepy.
Oh no, I use the cameras all the time.
I was typing. Because you can't get me if you don't see my face.
Do you have any like weird stories?
So one time me and my sister were on there, and we'd wait for like our parents went to bed, and we'd use like the big desktop.
Yeah.
And because I had a webcam, like an actual like camera on top of the computer. And I remember we were just going through the people, and there was this creepy face. The guy had like covered his entire like body. It might have been an animation, but it looked like a real person because the whole back of him was black. So it was just a black screen, and then his face was like painted black. Everything was black. You could only see his eyes and mouth, and it was a big ass mouth. He had really pretty teeth though, but and he's just like a creepy face, and he's just like hello, and he had like a high like pitched voice, and I screamed so hard I fucking ran, and then I stubbed my toe on the table and I fell down. It's on YouTube. I have to find the video.
Oh my
but
god.
It's on YouTube of me just screaming and like Jennifer being like, "That's so cool," and like, no, it was awful.
Dude.
What about you?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's bringing back a memory. Kristen, I'm gonna send you the link to this pod so you can like listen to this because she can vouch for this shit. Okay. So one time, me and her are on there, and like we weren't even using like the video chat. We were doing the typing, and we would put in like the topics and stuff like Georgia, yada yada.
Oh, I never did my location, you psycho.
Girl, we was hardcore. Like we was like, yeah.
We were typing in my county.
Yes, my county, Georgia, this age, yada yada. So we pop in, and immediately this guy's like, "Hey, ASL," which means age, sex, location. I thought it was like American Sign Language for a minute. And I was like, I mean, if you want, I can.
Typing.
Like, good morning. But no, he was like age, sex, location, and we were like, God, we were like 12.
At the time, I didn't even know what sex meant, so I was like, no.
we were like 12 or 13. So I was like 13, female, Georgia.
You put your home address.
Right. 365. And he was like, oh, 15, like, 15 male, Florida. And I was like, okay, cool. And, we can't verify this shit. And so if you had
this is on a whole trust me.
whole trust, like, why don't you trust me? If you had Omegle, you had Kick.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank period. Because you don't want to give people your number, but you still want to, talk to the cool people.
I never gave out that stuff. I would find Instagrams.
Oh no, I did. Heavily.
I did Instagram when I did a video when it was me and Taylor, we did that. And like we found like a new friend on Instagram. He like lived in a whole different country.
If I could get the conversations from my old Kick, dude.
A lot of people going to prison.
When I tell you,
on my Kick messages, a lot of people are going to prison because I was just a 13-year-old.
Yeah, I remember like this guy had gave us his Kick, and me and him stayed in conversation. Like we stayed like in communication, whatever. And it's like maybe like 2 weeks, whatever. And he's like, "I'm gonna give you a call," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And so we're talking on the phone for like a week or two after that, and then one day. He goes, "I really got to tell you something." I'm like, "Okay, like what's going on?" And he's like, I have to come clean." And I'm like, "Oh fuck,
you're going to jail.
What's going on here?" And so he calls me, and he's like, "Don't be upset." And I'm like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "What did you do?" He's like, "I'm 25 years old."
How old were you?
I was 13 years old. I'm like, huh? I didn't go, what? And he's like, "Yeah, but I just really like you. I think you're really nice." And I'm like, "You're fucking sick.
You're sick in the head."
I'm like,
I hope you reported his ass.
I was like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh. It really, it just shows you how many predators there are out there.
It was like really uncomfortable. And I stayed off of it from that point on. It was really uncomfortable. Like, I will never forget that for the rest of my life.
I remember, there's a motorcycle just passed. I remember when me and Megan were on Omegle, and it's like late at night. We're only using like the typing. We're not using the video. And, we're talking to this person, and they're like, "I can track you right now. I know where you live." And we're like, "Huh?" Keep in mind, we're like 13.
That happened to me before. They're like, "Hi, Ryan." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa."
They're like, I can track you right now," and I'm like, "Huh?" Like, you could what? And then he starts typing in like, I guess he's like searched our IP address or something because he had to have. He was like typing in like cities like nearby us. Like I'm like it was like basically the city I lived in. I'm not gonna say it because I want to censor myself. No. I didn't live there.
No, I know that.
No, but it was the one I was living in, like the
God.
street and everything. And then I kid you not, we like slammed we turned the whole tower off of the computer, of the desktop. I turned the whole thing off. I said, "Go to bed." Me and Megan are just crying. We're so scared.
You're like, he's gonna show up at the house and kill us.
We literally sat in the bed. Like that was it. That was enough. We were like, we're going to bed. Like we cut it off real quick, and we go lay in the bed, and we're just sitting there like just sweating. And I'm like looking out the window. And I'm like, "Oh my god, are they outside?" I was so scared. It was probably like 12 in the morning.
Somebody, like, there was one guy, I had a stalker for like a month when I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
He had like found me, like we had found each other on Omegle, and then he found my Instagram because my dumb fucking ass gave him my name.
And it's not a common name.
I should have gave him my alias. And I didn't. And so he found my Instagram. And he, like, stalked me, dude. Found my Instagram, found my Facebook. And then one day my dad comes in my room. And he's like, "Hey, who is this person?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "They just tried to friend me on Facebook." And I was like, "Shut the hell up." And I'm like, "Daddy, let me see your phone." I'm like, "It's probably just a glitch." Because my daddy, God bless him, don't know how to work shit. And... like, if you read some of this man's Facebook posts on Facebook, he's such an old man. And so he was like, "Oh, okay." And so I'm like, block, because I didn't want my dad knowing, like, "Hey, me and Kristen are over here on Omegle doing stupid shit that we shouldn't be fucking doing, because I'm going to get my ass tore up with a pan."
It's like the fear, like, you're like,
oh my god, and your stomach drops. You're like, what am I doing?
Oh my god, like, Kick was a nightmare.
It
Kick,
was a nightmare,
it was
dude.
good that did that get shut down too? Because
No, they still have Kick.
oh my gosh,
I
like
guarantee you I could get into my account right now, but it deletes
the
your
messages
conversations when you, like,
that keeps the predators safe,
yeah,
I guess. Because
which is sick.
I remember me, my sisters. I'm sorry, mom, if you have to listen to this, but like it was me, my sisters, and Taylor, and we all were like, they were all like messaging these random people, and I'm like, how are y'all even getting these people to message you?
And our parents never
Never
knew.
knew.
That's what's crazy. That's why I'm scared to have children.
I got this really creepy text from this grown man, and I wasn't even talking to him. I just opened my messages, and it was a creepy text. I'm not even gonna say what it was. I literally shut my phone off, like my iPod off, for like 2 weeks. I was so freaked out by it, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. I'm a very like rule
Uh,
follower. I don't deal with like that stuff like that.
when I tell you, dude, do you know how many penises I saw at such a young age
It's
from
not
that
funny,
website?
but
It's
it's
not funny, but it's like,
all I can do is
that's the
laugh because
truth.
trauma.
It's
Like,
trauma. Because there's no reason I should be seeing a grown man in Uzbekistan's dick on this website. Like, there's no reason for that. And I've seen a lot of
God.
things growing up, because, but like,
I'm glad our generation has finally kind of put a halt to this kind of
yes,
stuff. It's more monitored because we are victims.
dude, like, there's so many. Okay,
It just shows you how many of them are
yeah.
out there.
I didn't grow up normally. So it's like, I didn't have like that normal. I mean, I did have a normal childhood. Like, I got normal childhood memories, whatever. But like, I grew up with my dad in bars.
Hmm.
And like, me and my friend Zach, shout out to Zach, I'm going to send him the link to him. I'll be like, hey, what did you do? Me and my friend Zach, he's a drummer. Um, my dad and his dad were like best friends. And me and him have known each other like pretty much my whole life. And we were just talking the other day about like things that we remember from like them doing shows and playing music and stuff. And now, we both do music and it's like following in each other's footsteps or whatever, but it's like when you grow up in that sort of
You weren't as
situation,
sheltered.
yeah, no, you grow up fast.
Mm.
Cause like when you see your dad hit somebody because they made a comment about you when you were 15 at a bar, you grow up fast.
I
Like,
was, thankfully, I was able to be sheltered from a lot of things.
yeah.
Because I also just didn't want to know.
I mean, I wanted to know. That was the sick part.
No, I did not know anything. I learned a lot of things off the bus, but even then, no, I was not interested in adult things when I was a child. That was
See,
not my
I
forte.
mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like that's, just how it is. But like my dad always gave me like the freedom to do what I wanted to
Mm.
and make those choices, make those mistakes, make those decisions. And but I knew that I could go to him and be like, "Hey, this is what I did. I fucked up. What do I do?" And he wouldn't be like, "Oh my god, I'm disowning you. Horrible." No,
Mhm.
I literally came to this man when, when, I for the first time.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Hey, so this is what happened." And he was like, "Oh, you think I didn't know?" And I'm like, "Oh my god," and it's like
No, I was chronically online as a kid.
I
I
was
didn't go out. I stayed home. I didn't want to go out. I have a lot more fun sitting at home. Even
I had
here
a
in
lot
my
more.
25, as I'm
Yeah.
25.
I liked hanging out at the house.
I love being by myself. Now I love just being by myself with Tyler. But like growing up, I did not go out and do like party things. My sisters, I mean, my parents know this now. They used to sneak out. I did not go with them. Like we had the Life 360 on our phones, and it was just like for a safety thing. Because one time Jennifer got into a wreck and we couldn't find her, and that Life 360 like helped us find her. But it would tell them when we left the house. So my sisters would leave their phones.
That's so
So
dangerous.
dangerous, but I never knew because they did it when I fell asleep.
Uh,
And so um I was like I wasn't about that life. I'm as I told you before, I'm like easily
Convinced.
easily influenced.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm seeing like things on the news, if I saw like a commercial or something like that, I watched the Jerry Springer show, the Maury show, like I always looked at that and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I never did like scary things. Played everything by the book because I did not. I was like that stuff scared me. So when my sister's over here like sneaking out, like hanging out with boys and doing God knows what, I'm like, that just don't sound fun to me. Like
I had the opportunity to go to parties,
this is no hate to
and
people that did, by the
yeah,
way.
no, like
It
hell
just
yeah,
was
live your
never
life.
my. I think it was fun. It was fun for people to tell me their stories about
Yeah.
them doing all that stuff. For me though, I was not that. Like, my favorite thing to do was to sit at home and watch YouTube.
Yep.
That was it.
I just feel like, and I had the opportunity to go to these like field parties and, drink and, have that normal high school experience that, you expect to have, the parties and the going out or whatever. But I went out so much growing up. I
Mm.
was around that energy so much growing up. All I wanted was to just lay down, just relax. And for the longest time, like, it was just that's still what I want to do this day. I mean, like I still do shows and I still go out, but it's like when you're home, that's where you want to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But no, I have really good childhood memories. Like I have like one of my favorites. One of my favorites is I have this childhood fishing hole, and my papa used to fish there, and daddy fished there growing up, and he took me there growing up, and it's my favorite fishing hole in the world. It's where I feel most at home. One day we went up there, and me and Daddy had found this new bait, this new power bait, and I was like, "Let's try it." And Daddy was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Let's try it." And it's like the best trout fishing ever.
Mm.
We went up there, and these old men are sitting on the banks, and these young men sitting on the banks with their fishing poles hanging in the water, and they're like, "Oh, well, they ain't really biting today," and the usual jibber jabber. And Daddy goes, "Oh, okay." And so I put my hook on the line, and I baited my hook, and I looked at Daddy, and he goes, "Sick 'em." And I throw it in the water, and when I tell you, we were catching them bitches left and right, and these men are sitting here like, "What the hell?" And we caught our limits within like 10, 15 minutes. And so Daddy goes, "All right, you know what to do." And one thing that he like raised me with was the whole mentality of like, okay, if you have it, share it. If you've got it, share it. And so I was like, "Hey, try this, try this, try this." Everybody caught their limit that day because they had just stocked the creek, and I'll never forget that. And we went home and we cleaned them up, and Nanny fried them up, and that was a really good time. That was a good day. I'll never forget that.
I used to go fishing with my dad and my sisters. I bet you didn't know that. Do I
I
look like
did
the
not
type?
know that. Why won't you go fishing with me?
Well, the thing was, I couldn't keep my mouth shut, and my dad was like, "Shut up."
See,
The,
I love yapping.
he's like, "You're gonna scare the fish off," because I was like 9.
You don't scare them fish off. My daddy said the same damn thing.
Maybe,
Maybe
maybe he just wanted me to shut the hell up.
my daddy told me he was gonna get me a fiddle, so I could keep my mouth shut and learn how to play something at the same time. I was like, "Man, fuck you."
Yeah, I remember one time we were fishing and we were trying to leave, and there was a snake, and we were like trying to get out. It was so scary. It was like chasing us. I did not
A
like that.
water moccasin?
I don't know.
Was it in the water or on the
No,
outside?
it was
Oh,
on
then no.
land. But yeah, we used to. There's like a picture of us where we were like have the fish.
Oh,
What?
that's sweet though. I want to go fishing with you.
We should go. I'd go.
Would you go fishing with me?
Yeah,
I have a good time. It's fun. I'll put your hook and stuff on.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be a
We used
little
to
girls fishing day.
we used to go to like this gas station or something. Maybe it wasn't a gas station. I don't know, but they had like the Mentos. And is that the right word?
Mentos?
Maybe that's not the right.
Minnows?
Minnows.
Bro, I was like, why you want fresh breath on the river? Like, what's going on here?
Oh my gosh! As it's obvious, I don't fish.
It's fun.
But I would cry because you have to just put them on the thing and they're alive and they're flopping around.
Girl, we cut them in half. One time I see my daddy bite one in half. Yes, ma'am. He's sick.
I used to.
Sick.
I remember it was just the last one, and I would while they're all fishing, I just have my hand in there just playing with it.
I would do that too, yeah.
It was so cute.
One time, Daddy took me up there to that fishing hole. And, he'd be fishing, whatever. And if we didn't catch anything, we'd go searching. Because, lots of trees, lots of rocks get hung.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can't get it unhung, you cut it, start over.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, when I tell you what, we would go up in these trees and we'd go up down a river and we'd go hiking up these rivers and we would take bags with us. And these little tiny Ziploc bags, and we would just collect different lures and different, like, rooster tails and different things like that. The shiny things that shake in the water. And one time I go, ooh, and Daddy goes, what? And I go, I see one. He goes, Ryan, that's just fool's gold. That ain't no lure. And I was like, hold on. And I went diving in this damn creek. And I go down, because it was like a hole, but it was deep enough to go swimming in. And I dove down there, and I grabbed it, and it got hung in my finger. I'm screaming bloody.
I feel like that might have happened
murder.
to one of my sisters. I can't remember. Ugh.
Ugh, girl. I came up, I said, Daddy. And he was like, what? Oh, hell. And so he goes, oh, Ryan, this is a pretty one, too. And I'm like, I know. But it was barbed at the end. And when it's barbed at the end, you have to take a pair of pliers or a pair of scissors or something and cut the end off and then pull it out that way. Because if you try to pull it out with it barbed, it's going to fuck you up. And I'll never forget that. Daddy was so mad because it was such a pretty expensive lure. It was nice. I was so mad.
Oh my god.
But it's okay because that's the day that he got a crawdad stuck to his nipple. You eat crawfish?
No.
You don't?
Is there a cop outside?
Is there a cop outside? What's going on?
I guess not. No. I've not had crawfish.
Ever?
I don't know.
You want to?
No.
Good.
It's good.
No.
I remember my dad used to play softball.
Yeah.
With his, like, work buddies. And one time DJ was throwing... It's like a hair on my foot. One time DJ was throwing the softball. We were throwing it back and forth, and I was probably, like, 6.
Mm-hmm.
And she threw it, nailed me right on the thumb. My whole fucking nail came off my thumb. Blood everywhere. I blacked out. My dad never went back again.
That reminds me. Daddy was teaching me how to throw a baseball one time. We'd play catch or whatever. He didn't have a son. He raised me to be Adam Sandler. I was like he wanted a boy so bad, and you could tell. And so he'd be like, hey, let's go play some catch. And so we go outside, and I had my glove, and he had his glove. And this old cheap baseball from fucking Goodwill or whatever. And we went outside, and he said, Ryan, listen to me. He said, do not put your glove in front of your face. And I go, okay. And he goes, I mean it. Don't put the glove in front of your face. And I go, okay. And he goes, all right. He throws it. What's my dumb ass do? Right in front of my face. That shit went pow and knocked me in my nose, bro. I think that's why I have nosebleeds to this day.
How old are you supposed to catch the ball?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You're throwing it at my face. I'm going to put it in front of my face. The hell? So he goes, my daddy didn't give a damn. Okay. He slapped some salve on your legs, whatever, some erythromycin, whatever you call it. At that, pow, hits me in the nose. I'm gushing blood. Gushing. Okay. And he's like, oh, hell. And I'm like, I had to catch it. And he goes, I mean, good catch, but like, what'd I tell you? And so he just takes the hose and sprays my face to get the blood off. He's a sick bastard.
That's sick.
He's so sick. I love him to death, though. That's my daddy. I'd kill for that man. Yeah.
Would you?
I would. I would kill for him. I would burn this earth down for that man. I would take as many bullets as needed to save his life. He truly, that man is my everything. I owe everything to him. My face, my voice, my
Your life.
Yeah.
I
I love him to death. He's a fool, though. He called me the other day. He said, what are you doing? And I'm like, Daddy, I'm at work. And he's like, I'm like, what are you doing up? It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. You sleep till damn 11.
Mm-hmm.
He calls me, I'm bored. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm at work, buddy. He's like, I want Chinese food. And I'm like, that's all the hell you want. And he's like, I want gum. I'm like, Daddy. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, what, you ain't got nothing else better to do? I'm like, okay, you don't know me.
First of all, I'm on the clock. Second of all,
I'm making money.
Second of all, shut up.
Oh God, no. I have so many childhood memories because of him. Like he used to I used to have this trampoline in the yard, and he would take a Dawn dish soap, and spray the trampoline with it, and then take the hose and spray it, and we'd jump on the trampoline, slip and slide everywhere.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
so much fun, so dangerous, but real fucking fun. Like,
Oh my gosh. It reminds me of my grandma. Shout out to my grandma. She's so cute.
Grandma A,
Mhm.
she's so precious.
She's so cute. Um, but sometimes she's just goofy, and she means well. She just didn't know. One time we went to the beach, and I got really bad sunburn, like really bad. And I just was complaining the entire time. I was probably 9,
Mhm.
maybe 12. I don't know. I looked like I was 9 years old when I was 12. But I had really bad sunburn on my face, and I was just complaining.
Oh
I was
no.
just complaining to
Oh
complain.
no.
And my grandma was like, you know what we can do? Let's put some icy hot on your face. And y'all don't bully her in the comments. She didn't know. She was just trying to help. And like everybody's like, no, don't do it. And I'm like, I can't tell her no. She's already pinned me to the couch. No, she didn't pin me to the couch, but she was like, come on, let's do it. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I feel better now. And she's like, no, let's do it. And she put that icy hot on my face, and I'm talking burn. Washed it off immediately and had to put frozen peas on my face.
God.
My mom picked me up.
There's this stuff. Can't remember the name of it.
Oh well, that's fine.
But Daddy used to say that it would burn like hell. He said that shit burned like fire. And one time I cut my knee coming up the stairs because I fell. And then he goes, hold on, let me go get you some of this stuff. And Daddy heard the name. And he came outside. He said, if you put that on my kid, I'm calling DFAX. He's like, if you put that on my child, he said, I'm calling CPS. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why? He's like, no, mercurochrome. He said that shit burned like fire. She was like, hold on, I'm gonna go get some mercurochrome for your cut. They said, if you put that on her, I will sue you and I will call CPS. He was so like distraught about it, and I couldn't understand why. I was like, why, Daddy? Like, why? Why are you tripping? He's like, you know what? No. Let her have it. Then he goes and gets it, and she puts it on my leg. That in my knee, I still have tremors. When I tell you, it was like the devil took his tongue and licked my scar. It was hell. It was hell. And I'm sitting here just screaming. And my daddy's like, well, hell, now you got mercurochrome on your knee, and it's going to help. I'm about to look it up because you got to see this shit. This stuff right here, dude. Oh, my God. Oh my God, mercurochrome.
I mean, that looks dangerous.
Dude.
You might as well put the skull on the fucking packaging.
It burned. It burned. We went over a lot of childhood stuff today.
We did.
A lot of nostalgia.
Now going into sugar.
Spice. Bad advice.
What do we got today?
Alright, so this is an entry that says, I accidentally liked my ex's new partner's post from 2017.
Oh, God.
So do I delete my account or flee the country?
You might have to get a bomb.
Call the president. Honestly though, sweetheart, I mean this in the nicest way possible. You're fucked.
Yeah.
The best you can do, unlike it and block them.
Block. You know that they saw that notification too.
Oh, for sure.
They probably pointed and laughed at their phone.
Like, why is this bitch liking my stuff? Girl, everybody knows. Don't act like you ain't done it before. Just unlike the post and block them. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. You ever done that, Hannah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I feel like I have. Or like somebody accidentally did while I was showing them a photo. That shit pisses me off. When you're trying to show somebody a photo
And they take your phone?
and they take it and they don't know how Instagram works for some reason, and then they somehow like zooming in and it makes them like it. My soul leaves my body.
I get anxious when people like start doing that kind of stuff. So I'm like,
Have you done it?
Oh yeah, on purpose. I've done it on purpose because, they did it to me. Like my ex Dalton, I'm calling him out by name. My ex Dalton, all his little heifers or whatever that he used to mess with. Okay, um, during, before our relationship, whatever, after, I don't give a good god darn. I don't know what I did to piss these heifers off. They made fake accounts of me. They made fake accounts of him. They've been on my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook and stuff still to this day. Okay.
Wow.
And they would go on there and
You
I
live
knew they were
rent-free?
doing it. Yeah, I'm living rent free in their brains. I don't know what I did to him or what I did to them. I don't understand. Like, girl, you don't know me because I'll whoop your ass. And they over here. And one time, one of them didn't realize that she had went on my account on her personal account, not on the fake account that she made to stalk me. So I went on there. I was like, oh, I know who you are. I went through every single one dating back from 2013. She had like 70 something posts.
Okay, so it didn't take that long.
No, I went through each one liking them, liking them, liking them, liking them. I want you to know that I'm on your ass. I want you to know that I know what you're doing. I did that shit on purpose. I don't give a damn.
I've ever had somebody accidentally like my post.
I've accidentally done it too. My heart dropped into my ass. Are you kidding me? I had to turn my phone off. I was like,
That type of shit makes you want to delete the whole app.
do I really need Instagram
Like-
right now? Like,
I can't. No. I think best case scenario to block them.
yeah.
Maybe get a nuke.
Maybe call the SWAT.
Yeah, or maybe dox their house. No, just
That's
kidding.
what pisses me off about TikTok. Like real shit. Because we're famous on there. So
Enough.
we can't see
Enough. No, we're
can't
not.
see who views our profile, but they can see if we do. So we can't even do what
I
we want to
know.
do. That makes me so mad.
You know, it's a blessing and a curse.
A blessing and a curse.
Because we see who views our TikTok
Yeah, we do.
now. And it's so funny because it'll be like the people you least expect
The
to.
people you least expect. And then, like, and it's so funny because I'll see somebody or Hannah will see somebody and we'll screenshot it and send it to each other and we'll be like, dude, what is going on right now?
What are you doing here, Savannah?
What are you doing here, Savannah?
Like, yeah.
It's really funny.
Um,
But no, that was that was a pretty sweet
nostalgic.
episode. Yeah,
Very
that was nice.
nostalgic.
I learned a lot about you today.
Yeah, what? Go ahead.
No, I learned a lot about like your childhood and stuff, like stories you haven't told me yet.
Fish.
Yeah, I didn't know you fished. I knew Tony fished. Hey, Tony.
He don't fish without me. He don't fish he does not fish.
We should go
so.
fishing together. I feel like we'd have fun
We
because we
should.
could yap the whole time and no dad's there to tell us to shut the hell up.
Don't you like a license though?
Yeah, but you can get that at Walmart.
Why do you need a license to fish?
Something with the rain. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'll just be getting my license and my trout stamp annual renewal, baby.
Well, that's crazy. Because it's God's fish. Why can't we fish them?
You tell them.
Why do I need a license for everything? It's just another reason for them to get money. Because I don't even take the fish home. I just let them go back home.
I take them bitches home and I eat them. I sure do.
It's like the whole deer thing.
I mean, you can let the fish go if you want, but if they bleed when you're taking them off the hook, you might as well keep them because they're going to die anyway. Didn't know that, did you?
If you put them back in?
Yeah.
So all those fishies that I thought I saved? We need to cut. We need to cut. I need to...
She's having a mental breakdown right now.
No, I'm a murderer.
It depends on where the bleed's coming from. If it's their mouth, they're fine.
How else do you get them? You know, they're not going to catch the bait with their ass.
And that was today's episode.
Alrighty, well,
Alright.
You guys let us know what you guys want to hear from us next week. Please follow us on all of our social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
All the
so
good
and
stuff.
so.
Send us in a submission for Sugar Spice and Bad Advice.
We've been having a good time with that, so we love you guys.
We love you. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Or listening. Sorry.
Goodbye, Southern Harry Styles.
Fucking Trevor.
Trevor!
No, we'll holler at y'all next week and love you.
Love you. Goodbye.